Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a pregnancy test. I am currently 10 DPO and it is January 21st and it's in the morning time, so I wanted to get a test dipped. I haven't tested it yet for this cycle and it's only 10 DPO, but I just decided to take a test today and then I probably won't test again until closer to the day AF is due. So I'm going to go ahead and get the test strip ready and go ahead and get that processing so we can check it out. Alright, so I am still using the Wanfo extra sensitive strips for testing and I still have several of these left, so I'm going to continue using them and I'm going to dip it and let it sit for about 5 minutes and check out the results. I am not having any pregnancy symptoms and I really just test every month just to see if I am pregnant or not, because as you know, I've had my tubal ligation done, but I've ended up pregnant twice after that and they have both ended in very early miscarriages. But I test at some point every single month just to make sure, because if I am pregnant I have to get seen by a doctor right away as soon as possible just to make sure that everything would be okay as in my hormones, and make sure that it's in the correct location because I'm at risk for an ectopic pregnancy. And anybody who has had a tubal ligation fail or pregnancies somehow after a tubal ligation, you're always at risk for an ectopic pregnancy. So this is going to be my 10 DPO test. This month has been different in that you guys, if you follow our channel for a while when it comes to TTC videos, sometimes I spot really early in my cycle before AF is due. Well, this month is completely different. I started spotting right after ovulation. So the day after ovulation. Now I've had some spotting after ovulation in the past, maybe like a day or two, but then it just goes away. This month is different, as in I started spotting the day after ovulation. I ovulated cycle day 14. So I've had every single day spotting since then, except for today. Didn't notice really anything today yet, at least. Sometimes it comes later on. So that's 3, 6, 9 days or in a row of spotting after ovulation. Some days it's more spotting than others. Some days it's like brown spotting, some days it's actually like blood. And one day I actually had cramping and like little pieces of clots, not as severe like as if I had my AF or anything, just like little bits of clots. And so I wrote all that down. I've been keeping my notes, but the spotting after ovulation and every single day is definitely different. So if that continues to happen, because I know that is not normal. Some spotting before AF is due is normal, but this much spotting is not normal. So if that continues on to like next month or in the future, if that happens again, I am considering going back to my doctor for that reason, just to figure out what could be causing the spotting. It could really be anything. Somebody mentioned that it could be polyps, I think it was called. It can be fibroids. It could just be hormonal fluctuations. I've gotten my hormones checked before and they all seemed normal and checked out fine. It could be really anything. It could be something in the cervix area, something in the uterus area. It could be cysts, probably. Endometriosis, that could be a symptom of that, although I don't have any other symptoms of endometriosis, but you never know. And if that continues, then I will be seeing if I can get an appointment with my doctor to see what tests that they can do for that. And I have mentioned to my doctor before that I do tend to spot on some months. It goes back and forth. Some months I spot really early before AF arrives. Some months I just have a completely regular cycle and don't start spotting like a day or two before AF arrives. So since this month is completely new, I'm paying extra attention. And so that is pretty much it. I want to test today for 10 DPO just to see what is going on, and since today I had no spotting whatsoever, after the last 9 days I've had spotting every single day. I don't think the spotting every single day would mean or signal pregnancy, because obviously pregnancy can't happen right after ovulation. It takes several days, 6 to 7 days, for even all of that to happen and implantation to happen. So my spotting is probably due to something else, but seeing as if as of now in the morning I have no spotting today, I wanted to just go ahead and test just to rule anything out. But if I see anything, obviously I will contact my doctor and continue testing from today on. If I don't see anything on today's test, I will probably test closer to 13 and 14 DPO, and then that'll be it for this cycle. So I'm going to give this a couple more minutes so it reaches a whole 5 minutes, and then we'll check it out. Alright, it's been about 5 minutes, so let's go ahead and take a look at today's 10 DPO test. Looks negative right off the bat, but I'm going to take a closer look. Alright, here it is again from above, if I can get it to focus. Yeah, it's definitely negative. I don't see anything on there. I'm curious to see how this month will end though. If I'm going to get AF on regular time, because since I have been spotting so much, maybe something is changing about my cycle. Hopefully nothing is wrong. There is the worry in the back of your head when things start changing in your body. You start picturing the worst, but hopefully it is nothing. We'll see how next month ends up going, but I will be back for another test. Like I said, 13, 14 DPO, I think I'll do another test. Unless I start experiencing some type of symptoms that would lead me to think that I was pregnant for this month. But otherwise, I feel good. I have been eating healthy and trying to work out, if not every day, every other day. I actually, when we moved here, I threw out our scale, so I don't know if I've lost any weight or how much I have lost, but I'm definitely noticing changes in my own body and how my clothes fit. So I think that is the best way to go forward with like weight loss and healthy eating, doing it for yourself to feel better, and like just eating the right foods that I know make me feel better instead of focusing on the scale. So that could be another reason, the hormonal fluctuations. When I do any type of intermittent fasting or longer term fasting, I'm making sure that I'm not doing it at the incorrect times of my cycle to not affect the hormones. So I'm making sure I'm doing that. But I don't know, maybe just the whole switch, eating healthier, working out, and the intermittent fasting could be changing something. Who knows? It might have just been a fluke for this month. Sometimes that happens and my cycles return to being back to normal for several months after. So we will see if the spotting continues like that, where it starts right after ovulation. I'm definitely going to be seeking my doctor again, because I know that tests can be done. If you've ever had frequent spotting in between periods and you ever found out what was it, let me know in the comments. Let me know what I should ask my doctor to test for. If that's the case, if we even get to that point of having to contact the doctor again, I'd much rather not, but obviously I have to get checked out if something was wrong. So that is 10 DPO, definitely a negative. I thank you for joining me today and seeing these results together. I always try to share the results with you, because in the case that God does want to bless us with another child for our future, if it's in our will, if it's meant to be in our path, or in our lives, to introduce more children into our lives, God is going to make it happen, and I want to share that testimony with you, and I want you to be a part of it as well, because as you know, we've left all TTC up to God's hands, and we're not in control of it or seeking to be in control of it at all. So really, testing is for my own safety since I am at risk, but it's also not necessarily that we're trying to conceive, but I want to share that special moment with you if and when it does happen. So stay positive. If you are on a TTC journey, know that whatever is in God's will happen in due time. It will happen in the most perfect timing or when you least expect it, but it all works out at the end. So God bless you guys. I will see you in a couple days, closer to the day AF is due, for one more test, and then we'll see what happens at the end of this cycle.